Hi, I'm Neil Whiteman from Why to Learn Driver Training, and today I'm going to do a virtual driving lesson with my student Ellie. Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling today, Ellie?
I'm feeling excited, but I'm also feeling a little nervous.
Okay, what are you feeling nervous about?
Um, just sort of learning to drive and picking up the concept.
Okay, so that's really good. Don't worry too much, yeah, because I'm here to support you.
Yeah,
Okay, so we're going to talk about setting the car up for you today, yeah?
yeah.
Do you know how to do that yourself at the moment, or
No,
no?
absolutely.
Okay, not a problem. So we're going to talk about things like the doors, the seat, the mirrors, the seat belt, and little things like the blind spots. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the doors first then. Yeah?
Okay.
Do you know any ways that the door, you might know if the door was open?
Is it the little light that indicates whether the door's open or closed?
Yeah, that's good. So you've picked that up from being a passenger in the car, have you
Yeah.
before? Or yeah, okay, that's really good. Any other ways that you might know if the door was open?
Oh, I'm not sure. Is there any other ways that you can test whether the door's opened or closed?
Okay, so if you shake the door, do you get any
Yeah.
sound at the moment?
No immediate sound. No.
Okay, what do you think you might get if the door was open?
Like a rattly sort of sound,
Yeah, it's
maybe?
not quite, yeah, that's quite correct. It's not quite clicked, has it? That's all. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Okay, so what do you think the consequences might be of having a door open whilst you're driving round?
You could potentially hit cyclists, pedestrians, motorcyclists, or you could really injure someone with your door being open.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think the consequences for you would be if that happened?
Maybe my license, be in trouble with the police.
Yeah, that's it. So
Yeah.
there's always ways that you need to do these things, yeah. And now you've
Y-
got two different ways of being able to check, so that's
Yeah.
really good, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move to the seat then. How do you think you're
Okay.
going to set the seat up?
Ooh, I'm not too sure, but I do know that you have to be comfortable when you're driving.
Yeah, that's quite correct. Are you comfortable at that position now?
I am quite comfortable. It feels quite relaxed.
Okay, okay. So do you know what position you need to hold that steering wheel in?
Just a comfortable position, I imagine. So you're in control of the car,
Yeah.
potentially.
Okay, so like you just did at quarter to
Yeah.
three or even 10 to 2, yeah,
Okay. I position my hands in that position.
yeah. So that's if you touch the two bars at the sides, that's it, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
quarter to 3. And if you go a
Okay.
little bit higher, that's 10 to 2.
Move both hands.
That's
Yeah.
it, yeah. Okay, do you see that? It's like the time on a clock.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
best sort of position you would recommend to be comfortable when driving?
It would be whichever's comfortable for you out of them two positions.
Yeah.
Why do you think it might be dangerous down the bottom, like you've just touched it down the bottom?
Um, you don't really feel just holding it here. Like I'm in full control. When I have it here, for some reason I feel in a lot more control and in a better position.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And that's the
Yeah.
exact reason that's really good. Well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about setting that seat up then. Yeah.
Okay.
We need to be
Yeah.
able to touch all the controls and reach them safely.
Yeah.
The dashboard, the indicators. Do you know where the indicators are?
Um, I'm not sure. How can you tell which one is your indicator? Is it the
So
ones with is
so I notice you've got a Ford there.
yeah,
Yeah. So your indicator stalks always on the the left hand side.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's up for right and down for left.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So that's where your indicators are. Your window wipers would be on the right hand side.
On this side. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. and they would work in much the same way. You'd push it up to get them to come on, and that would be
And down.
intermittent. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Happy with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So can you touch the controls on the dashboard in the centre of the car comfortably?
Just any control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you can.
Looks nice and relaxed. Yeah.
Okay. So again, how do you feel about the seat at the moment? Is it still too close, or?
No, I think it feels quite comfortable actually.
Okay.
Is there anything you can tell
If
whether
you,
it's vision? Because it feels comfortable.
okay. So if you put your foot on the clutch, do you know which one the clutch is?
I can see 3 pedals, but I'm not quite sure what each mean.
Okay. So the one on the left is your clutch pedal.
Okay. And
That allows you to get the biting point, and it allows you to change gear, which we'll talk about in the next session. Yeah. The one in the middle is your brake pedal.
Yeah.
Which obviously is going to stop the car. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the one on the right is your accelerator.
To make it go.
That's it. Yeah. So your right foot's going to use the accelerator and the brake, and your left foot's going to use the clutch.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you push the clutch down for me now.
Which is the left-hand side.
That's it. Correct.
Yeah.
So does that feel comfortable when you do that?
It does, but I feel like I'm hitting my knee on the steering wheel, and I don't know whether that might be a problem when I'm driving, potentially.
Okay. So let's just try pushing the seat a little bit further back and tell me what's. So if you go down to the seat underneath, there's a metal bar.
Yeah.
And then you can push the seat back a little bit.
I think just a touch.
Okay. And then try what we've just been doing. How does that feel?
That feels a lot more comfortable, and my knee's not hitting the wheel. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So that's the base of the seat set up then, yeah? How does the back of the seat feel? Does it feel too far forward, too far back, or just right?
I do feel quite relaxed. I feel like I can see out my whole window. I can see the whole road, and it feels full.
Okay. So if you put your hands back on the steering wheel, is there a slight bend in your arm? Yeah?
Just a slight bend, yeah.
Is that a good... Pardon?
Is that a good thing?
Yeah. Does it feel comfortable?
It does, yeah.
Okay. So that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So what about the head restraint then at the back of the seat, at the top of the seat?
Ooh.
Okay. So if you put your hand on top of your head, can you touch the top of the headrest as well?
It feels a little bit higher. I feel like it's not going to the top of my head.
Okay. It is actually in the right position though. I can see it's in the right position. So that's going to protect you quite well, that is, if there was an accident from stopping your head going backwards. Yeah?
Right. Okay. That's really good to know. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so let's go back to the mirrors then. Yeah, because the seat's all set up now. Does it feel all comfortable?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you can see in that centre mirror.
The one just here.
That's it, yeah?
Yeah. I can just see myself, Neil.
Okay. Okay, so what you need to do is alter that so that you can see everything out the back window and a little bit of the parcel shelf at the back on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah? Which hand do you think you're going to use to do that?
I was going to use my right hand, which is what I use to write.
Okay, so if you do that, what you're going to potentially do is take yourself out of your driving position. So it's always best to use your left hand and reach to the mirror and adjust it.
I'm not reaching too much. Okay.
Yeah.
So just sort of be back in the seat and then just move it.
That's it.
What do I need to see? Do I just need to see the full of my back?
So you need to see everything out the back window. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like that is quite comfortable.
Okay.
I'm sitting back and I can see it fully.
So as long as you don't have to raise up to see in the mirror when you're driving along, then that's fine.
That's all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So if we look at the right mirror then, the one on the right hand side of the car, the wing mirror, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what you can see in that.
I can just see a lot of bushes, a lot of greenery, a lot of trees, and not
Okay,
a lot else.
can you see the side of your car?
Only just. I can see the handle just slightly.
Okay, so just move it so that you can see the handle, all of the handle for me.
How
So
come you need to see the whole the handle? Is that quite important?
what it does is it sets the mirror in the right position so that you can see
Yeah.
down the car and see clearly for behind you as well. You don't want to be leaning to the side window to be able to look in the mirror as you're driving along.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like that's in the correct position. Again, I'm sitting back. I can see the handle, and then I can also see sort of to the side as
Okay,
well.
that's really good. Yeah, obviously you would do that with the
Yeah.
same on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Because it's not electric though, you would have to have a passenger in there to adjust it for you.
Okay. And again, it's the same thing with your door handle, and you want to see sort of to the left of the
That's it.
vehicle.
That's it exactly. Yeah, that's
Okay.
really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just before we move on, let's talk about blind spots. Do you know what a blind spot is?
I have no idea. I
Okay,
have no idea.
so a blind spot is an area that's not covered by the mirrors.
Okay.
So the best
Yeah.
way to explain a blind spot is by actually looking into it. So if you turn and look out of your
Right.
right window at the back,
Yeah.
what can you see? Can you see that grey
Uh,
car look in the driveway opposite?
I can. I can see the grey car, and again, I can see the trees as well.
Okay, so if you come back to the mirror then and
Yeah.
look in the mirror, can you see
Yeah.
the car in the mirror?
No, I can't. I
Okay,
can see the
so
red car behind, but I can't see the grey car to the right.
right, okay, so the red car is what you're seeing, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the blind spot is that grey car to the right hand side of you.
Okay.
So that's past where you can see in the mirror. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Would that be quite necessary to know when you're driving?
Yeah, it's always important to know what's in your blind spot because
Okay.
something could be sitting there getting ready to overtake you if the speed was changing,
Right.
or if you were
Yeah.
slowing down, you might not see it straight away. So
Yeah.
it's important to know. Yeah,
Always good vigilant. Yeah.
yeah. Because what do you think it might cause if you don't know anything's there?
An accident. It could be a serious accident. You could end up hurting someone, or someone could end up hurting you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
Yeah.
really good. So that's
Yeah.
important to check is your blind spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk about the seatbelt now. Now I know you've
Okay.
been in a car many a time as a passenger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just show me how you would put the seatbelt on.
Okay. I would just reach around and then just click it in.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay. How would you know that that was working then?
Ooh, I'm not too sure actually, Neil. I
Okay.
never really thought about that. Is there any ways of sort of testing that or knowing that? It's probably right
Okay.
in front of us, but
Okay. Well, I noticed you just reached down to the buckle then.
oh,
So
okay.
you can actually give that a quick tug to make sure it's not going to come out
So just pull.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you
Okay.
turn and sit straight in the seat again,
Yeah.
okay, if you put your right hand over your shoulder, over your right shoulder and grab the seat belt
Yeah.
and give it a really quick tug,
Oh.
really fast.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Did you hear it clicking?
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it stops suddenly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a
Yeah.
check that you need to make sure your seat belt's working.
So you say I need to check. Do I need to check that every time I come into my vehicle?
Yeah. Why do you think that would be?
um, just in case if you were in an accident that you don't get injured or your seatbelt doesn't protect you fully,
Yeah.
maybe.
Okay. And what do you think you would have to do if the seatbelt wasn't working straight away?
Oh, I'm not sure actually, Neil.
Okay.
Keep
So
testing or
uh, well, you could keep testing it, but if it's not working, I don't think it would work again. So your
no.
probably course of action would be to take it to the garage
Okay.
to
Yeah.
get them to fix it. Yeah. What? Just a quick question. What about all the other seat belts in the car? How would you get them checked?
Maybe get your passenger to check it. I suppose if you had people in the car, it'd be handy to see whether their seatbelt was working.
That's it. Yeah. So if the person that was sat behind you didn't
Yeah.
check, what do you think the
Yeah.
consequences might be there?
Again, I could potentially injure them being the driver and they could be seriously hurt.
Okay. So they could actually injure you or kill you because they could
Oh,
fly forward and hit the headrest, which then could push
okay.
you further forward.
Right. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Okay. That's fine. So it's always worth obviously checking to make sure that
Getting
they've
everyone.
checked their belt and make sure they've got their belts on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you would just tug the pull just to double check.
That's it. Yeah. Just get them to quickly
Yeah.
check it. Yeah. Quickly pull it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, who do you think that you're responsible for as a driver then for people wearing their seatbelts? Do you know?
I do know there is a certain age limit that the person is responsible for themselves. I'm not quite sure what the age limit is though. But I know that there's a certain age where I am responsible for the passengers.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. So,
Do you age?
pardon?
Do you know the age?
I do know the age. Do you want to have a quick guess at what you think it might be?
Potentially 16, 18.
Well, that's really close. It's actually 14.
Wow.
Yeah. And the reason it's 14 is because that's the time that parents can leave their children at home on their own.
Right.
So it
Okay.
comes into the car at the same time. So you're making that decision at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the consequences might be if you weren't wearing your seatbelt and you got stopped by the police?
If they were over 14, hopefully it wouldn't be my responsibility and they would get in trouble. But
Okay.
if a responsibility, I imagine me as a driver, I would be in trouble.
Yeah. And what do you think that would entail, do you think?
Um, it could potentially be a fine if I was to get stopped, maybe. Is there anything else?
Yeah, it could be points on your license as well.
Wow. And if they're under 14, that would be points.
On your
But if
license.
right.
Yeah. If they were over 14, obviously they would get a fixed penalty fine there and then, which would be roughly about £80.
Oh my goodness.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's always important to get them to check that they've got their belts on. Yeah.
Yes.
Or you
Yeah.
to check before you drive off. Yeah.
Yeah. Quite
Another
serious.
yeah. Another thing as well is what about any loose objects in the car when you're driving along? Where should they be?
Oh, maybe potentially in the boot or under the seat.
That's it. Yeah. So
I never thought about that. Can they cause an accident?
they can cause an accident if they fall and get under your feet when you're driving. Yeah.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
if you're involved in an accident, depending on the speed that you're traveling at, that
Yeah.
object can fly around the car, a bit like the washing
Wow.
machine. And they call it
Wow.
the tumble dryer effect because it keeps flying around at the speed that you have the accident at.
Oh my goodness.
So it's important that you put everything that's loose and
Yeah.
that in the boot or in the glove box. Yeah.
And not under the seat.
Well, under the seat would be okay as long as it can't get back out to fly around, but not on the seat
Right.
or on the
Yeah.
passenger seat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you feel that's gone today? What do you feel you've learnt from that today?
I feel like I have learnt the basics, a lot of useful information. Hopefully, I can bring that to the next lesson and hopefully do it independently.
Okay.
And what I've learned, it's been really useful. Thanks, Neil.
Okay, that's really good. So if
Yeah.
before we go, we scale what we've learned today on a scale of
Yeah.
0 to 10, where
Yeah.
would you put yourself at the moment?
Would you say 10 would be the highest?
Yeah, 10's I've learnt a lot, and 0 I've not learnt anything.
I would definitely say I'm a comfortable 8, reaching a 9.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really good. So on next week's lesson then, do you
Yeah.
feel that you could just jump in the car and set it up and then we can focus on the driving?
I do feel comfortable. Obviously, there's a lot more to learn and a lot more confidence to bring. But I do feel like I do definitely know the basics and ready to bring it to the next lesson.
Yeah, that's really good. And I like your enthusiasm there. Yeah.
I'm
So
excited.
that's good. That's good. I'm glad you are excited. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you next week then. Yeah.
Yeah, me
For
too.
our first lesson. So
Yeah,
thank you for your time today.
thank you, Phil.
All
Thank
right.
you.
No problem. I will see you next week then on Monday. Yeah.
Week.
Bye,
Thank you.
Ellie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.